I am getting word that Jake is on the line. So I'm going to switch gears and you all please welcome to the show, Jay Sitzer, Jake Lang. Jake, how are you doing, dear?
Silk, sweetheart, God bless you. The day of liberation is only 47 days away for the Jan 6 political prisoners. I couldn't be more excited.
Well, now listen, how did you feel? I want to know, how did you feel whenever you found out or heard that President Donald J. Trump won the election?
Well, it was just, flooding waves of joy for me and the other 1,561 J6 hostages. We all understand that this was part of God's greater plan to release us and to free America from the tyranny that's binding us, this Democrat Marxist oppression. And so it just felt like all of our prayers, everything that we've been hoping for, the thousands of nights. I've spent 1,415 nights in this disgusting gulag. All these thousands of nights were not in vain, that God had a plan for us and that his plan came through, his strong arm delivered. And so, it was just like reading a biblical story happening in real life to me.
Wow. Wow. Now, are they treating you differently up there while you locked up? Are they still throwing you back and forth in solitary confinement?
Right now, I'm back in the D.C. jail gulag, and the atmosphere has definitely shifted since Donald J. Trump won and will be
Okay.
elected, uh, you know, installed as president on January 20th, 2025, because the prison guards and the staff members and the officials here at the jail and in the prosecutor's office, they understand they're treading on thin ice, that everything that they've done for the last 4 years has been accounted for, right? We've been keeping our notes and making a list and checking it twice, and these
Yes.
people are going to be held accountable for all the cruel and unusual punishment, the selective prosecution, the heinous over sentencing of the Jan Sixers. So they've been treating us with a little more respect, knowing that the power structure, the tables are shifting dramatically in our favor.
Yes. I've been saying that when it comes down to all J Sixers, anybody involved in the J Sixers, that all of the charges, of course, need to be dismissed. You need to be pardoned. And you also, it needs to be a blanket pardon. Everybody. We don't need to be nitpicking at anybody's case. If you was involved in the entrapment of America because you was entrapped by the federal government, you need a full pardon. And I also believe that all J6ers should be fully compensated for pain and suffering and your life made whole. What say you, Jake?
Well, I stand with the nearly 30, or I think over 30,000 people that have signed the J6Pardons.com Day One Freedom Petition, including
Mm-hmm.
yourself, Silk, and other great
Yeah.
conservative luminaries like Laura Loomer and Grant Stinchfield, Mike Lindell, Laura Logan. The names just go on and on. Jim Hoff, Darren Beatty, Brandon Straka, Wayne Allen Root. We've got an amazing field of real deal conservative warriors like you and like tens of thousands of other Americans that have signed this petition that is available. If you guys want to sign it tonight, I'd be ecstatic. Go to j6pardons.com. We've stood with one message, and that's leave no man behind in the gulag. Everyone has suffered enough. Everyone was entrapped. No one was afforded their due process right to a
Right.
fair and impartial jury trial. The list goes on and on and on. The Democrats and their extremist protesters, they were given extreme leniency at their sentencing, like
Yes.
48 hours community service for assaulting federal officers, while we've been rotting away in prison for 4 years without a trial. I've never had a trial. So, the treatment, the disparity in the sentencing, all of these factors combined leaves Donald Trump with no choice other than complete pardons of every Jan Sixer.
All right. And that's J6 Pardons with an S, right?
Yep,
Pardons.com.
j6pardons.com. Yep.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now listen, I was looking at some of your posts, and you made a post about 10 reasons why every J sister deserves a full pardon. Okay. And I'm just gonna kind of summarize some of the things that you said, and we could just expound on that. Okay, you said
Please do.
no one. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I said please do.
Yes, you said no one received what basically the way that I got it. Okay, no one received a fair trial with an impartial jury in Washington D.C. Was all of the trials tried there in Washington D.C.?
100%
Do you
of
know?
trials happened here in the most extreme Democrat stronghold in America. 93% of people here voted for Kamala Harris. The insurmountable bias, we've actually proven. I've been on your show before talking about the change of venue polling that we did. We polled the Washington, D.C. residents, the jurors here, and asked them
Yes,
about their thoughts on January 6th and the defendants. And it was upwards of 70% of them said no matter what they did at the Capitol, they all deserve prison time. So these people, they have such a bloodlust, such a political blindness to them that they wanted the grandmas that stood, 100 yards away from the Capitol on the Capitol lawn peacefully protesting. They wanted those people to be put in prison too. So the extremism is unbelievably here, and that was the very first out of the top 10 reasons. Because I said to the crowd, right, that's saying that not every Jan 6er should be pardoned. I said, all right, if we want to play that game, then I'll concede that if you answer me this one question. Show me one Jan 6er that got a fair jury trial, an impartial jury. So they can play their games, but we're going to hit them back and say that, not a single person was afforded their constitutional right to due process. So none of these trials, none of these convictions can be, considered legitimate.
well, if the JSIS committee deleted all of the evidence, they need to delete all of your transcripts, all of your different stuff need to be removed, and you need to be pardoned. We should not have to take our time. How many people are locked up? How many people have been locked up? Do you know those numbers, Jake?
So the amount of persecuted American patriots that have been wrapped up in the January 6th witch hunt and received criminal charges is 1,561 as of right now. And currently behind bars, there's about 300 J6 patriots, hostages, behind bars right now. And it's just a travesty of justice. What Donald J. Trump said about the hostages in the Middle East, how there's going to be all hell to pay if they're not released, we want to hear that same messaging right now from the president about the veterans and the school teachers and the farmers and the carpenters and plumbers and all the J6 heroes that are locked up with me in the J6 gulag, the Washington, D.C. jail right now.
1,561 has been intertwined in all of this, and every last one of them needs to be either released, pardoned, and they need to be compensated. They need reparations, is what they need, is what you all need, because this was truly an entrapment. And that was something else that you said about the 10 reasons why every J6er deserves a full pardon. You said J6ers were a victim of entrapment by federal assets. J6 was a setup. And I truly believe it was when I look at the videos. What makes you say that it was a setup, Jake?
You always go back to the modus operandi, right? The MO of what these people wanted. They wanted an event where they could forever label conservatives and patriots and Donald Trump and his supporters as violent domestic terrorists. So what they did was manufacture that event. They brought a bunch of people to Washington, D.C., left the Capitol completely exposed, and then when these people were riled up the most with, obviously disenfranchised because our vote was stolen from us, they fired upon a peaceful crowd, and then they selectively edited video at the J6 Select Committee. That's where the word select comes out of, the Select Committee, too. They selected the video that they wanted, and they made up a narrative calling us insurrectionists, when truly, if you watch the video and the documentaries that we produced on j6truth.org, you see that we were not the aggressors. We were defending our lives from a brutal assault. And, these are peaceful American citizens that had no, inkling in their heart to try to do some type of violent overthrow of the government. That is such a lie. So the entrapment was this entire kind of staged or orchestrated event where they could finally label all conservatives, all Christians, all patriots in this country as J6 violent domestic terrorists and further take our rights from us and try to scare us into submission. That's why it was a setup. And how did they do it? They used the Capitol Police officers that were quick on their trigger finger. They used the FBI agents inside the crowds infiltrating and inciting. And they used any number of other assets from the Department of Homeland Security to CIA to undercover Capitol Police and Metropolitan Police Department officers. And all of them worked in concert to reach this one goal: make Jan 6 a false flag event to steal people's rights from them.
Yeah. And then I hate when, when I'm listening to the media, when they're talking about it, they want to always say an insurrection. But I call it a Fedsurrection. That's what I call it. And you said something about J Sisters was in fear of their lives when the Capitol Police and MPD started to fire concussion grenades and rubber bullets into a static, peaceful crowd. It's on video. This is what I saw on video with the police doing that. And people was standing there. They were singing. They were happy to be there. But then all of a sudden, it's like hell broke loose. And it all started from the police officer. Another thing you said, J Sisters were selectively prosecuted, while extreme leniency was given to Black Lives Matter, Antifa, and the Hamas rioters. Okay, and so when we talk about how they was given leniency,
1 minute remaining.
I don't know if you're gonna hang up and call right back.
I don't think I'm going to be able to call back tonight.
Okay,
So,
well then
so
let's stop.
tonight I'm going to leave off with a quick message, and you can go over the rest of the 10 reasons.
Yes.
I love you guys so much there at the Diamond and Silk program. Your team has been an invaluable resource to helping get this far in the J6 movement. But guys out there, the listeners, we're not home yet. So don't give up yet. This fight is still happening. We need everybody to sign the petition. This is a community event, and we need to put the right pressure on Donald Trump and his team because they want to do this, believe me, but they need the public backing to be able to pardon us all on day one.
Well,
so we show them they have the public backing, and they'll do it.
They have Joe Biden that just pardoned his son, gave a blanket pardon to his son for the crimes he committed within the last 10 years. Y'all gonna be just fine. Okay? Y'all gonna be just fine. But
thank you for using Global Tel-Link.
All right, you all. Thank you, Jake Lane, for coming on, you all. That's j6pardons.com. Go sign the petition, okay? Go sign the petition, all right? That what Joe Biden did really is gave us a gift, an undercover gift. He's so foolish you don't even realize what he just did. Because if he's able to give a blanket pardon for all of the crack that his son done smoked, all of the crimes and the corrupt crimes that his son done did, and even Joe Biden had his own crimes through his son with giving him a blanket pardon, the J6 political hostage, Beverly Beatty Williams, Tina Peters, and many more other Americans who's being held hostage in these prison camps. Guess what, you all? Shouldn't be no problem. It shouldn't be no problem. Blanket all the way across the board, because I feel that the intent has been to take and try to make everybody that is a Trump supporter look like they so wicked. The way they want to call out is white supremacists and extremists. And they call me a white supremacist and I'm a black woman or a brown one, whichever one you want to call me. Yes. That's what happened. Listen, I'm going to finish up with this here because with Jake Lane's thing, he said 10 reasons why every J Sisters deserve a full pardon. He said laws were not equally applied at federal sentencing. Federal judges drastically over sentenced J Sisters. You all, they subverted the laws is what they did. They implement all of this different stuff, okay, and said you're guilty of this, even for misdemeanors. All right, even for a simple misdemeanor, people have gotten anywhere from 3 months to 3 years plus is what has gone down. All right. All right. So they drastically over sentenced J Sisters, where Black Lives Matters and Antifa and these Hamas rioters, they was given a slap on the wrist, is what they did. That's what they did. The petition, baby, is at j6pardons.com. So my moderators put that there, j6pardons with an s.com. Another reason, you all, cruel and unusual punishment, diesel therapy, harassment, physical and mental torture, freezing, cold, damp, moldy cells, being thrown in solitary confinement, no family visitation, no haircuts or shaving supplies, lights on 24 hours, 7 days a week, causing sleep deprivation, making it impossible to build a defense. Okay, they made it impossible for a lot of these people to even build a defense when they raided their cells and took their legal documents, took their evidence. Yes, 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 yes. And everything just disappeared. They never gave it back to a lot of these people. Okay, all right. Another thing he said, J6 one-sided show trial. That's character assassination. They assassinated a lot of people's character, is what they did, you all. That's what listen, that J6 committee, that hearing that was broadcast, they had it broadcast on all the networks. Yes, yes, yes. Theater is what these bastards did, to make something appear a certain way. That's what they did. It was a one-sided show. Then they turned around, Liz Cheney, and them. They deleted and removed the one-sided evidence, or the evidence, or if it was real evidence that could have exonerated a lot of people. They deleted that, or they didn't show us that. They didn't show y'all that. Okay, because a lot of that stuff I didn't watch. I didn't watch it because I knew what it was. And the Democrats, they sit back and they play these doggone games to try to make it look like it's you when it's really them. The next thing he said, you all, punishment not fitting the crime. That's what he said. Punishment not fitting the crimes. 4 long years of incredible human suffering and devastation of families, lives, businesses, reputation, and health. A grandma, you want to get her, you say parading. All she did was went in there and prayed because the doors was open from the inside, which allowed people to come in. And if this was not truly a setup, think of it like this. Why would they have red velvet ropes for people to walk through? Just think about that. They had this stuff set up for people to walk through and sightsee. You have police officers standing there on the side, making sure everybody was okay. You had people that people was thanking the police officers. You had the police officers waving back, saying hello and everything else. Yes, yes, yes. This was clearly a setup from the get up. Yes. And the people that's involved with this setup, this entrapment of American citizens, their asses, all of them, start with Nancy Pelosi ass, need to be locked up. Next, he said, exonerating evidence. Yes, being held. The Brady violation. They violated the Brady law, you all, by not allowing the exonerating evidence to be shown in a lot of these cases. Did y'all know that? There's so many videos out there. A lot of people had videos that show proof that they did nothing wrong. You have Simone Gold, Dr. Simone Gold, and John Strand, who was her security, that had government permits to be there at the Capitol to give a speech. Yeah. Now, I know one took a plea and she did her time, and John Strand, he did his time, he came out. But guess what? They had government permits to be there, and they still locked them up. Did not allow their exonerating, a lot of people did not allow their exonerating allow their exonerating evidence to be used in order to show proof that they did nothing wrong. It was withheld from them. A lot of it was withheld from the public. Here's another one, you all. One more. No room in prison for political prisoners. Political persecution. Jake Lang, you all, has been locked up for 1,415 days. No bail, no trial. And when I look back at his video, what he was doing, okay, he was trying to help save lives from the way that these police officers was beating Rosanne Boyland. That's the one that died. She died that day. Okay? All right? And was beating on other American patriots. And a lot of people had to fight for their life. They had to fight for their lives or for the fellow patriot lives. Husbands had to fight for their wives' lives. Yes. You can't just come out there and start beating up people because you don't like them. Huh? You can't do that. And that's what was going on. Go look at the video. And so they are upset that he basically defended himself from being beat up. He helped people. He tried to save lives. He pulled people, Jake Lang pulled people to safety. And do you all know that they don't even want the people that he helped bring to safety to keep from getting killed by those police officers? They don't even want those individuals to testify on Jake Lang's behalf. They don't even, and the guy said, wait, Jake Lang helped save my life. The prosecutor and them, they don't want these people to testify on behalf of Jake Lang. They don't want that. They put forth an effort to get that out. They don't want that. They don't want that in the trial. Hopefully he won't even have to go. We are hoping that on January the 2025, President Trump get in. One of his first acts is to release all these J6 political hostages. Yes, give them all pardons across the board. That's right. Exonerate and all of these records and different things. Remove all of that, and then turn around and go after the prosecutors, the judges, and Nancy Pelosi, the people that's responsible for this setup. Go after this and after all of them. Dismiss all current cases and stop all of these new arrests. It needs to be stopped. Fully pardon everyone who has been convicted. America needs this. Yes, don't leave. This is Jake Lang. Don't leave a single person behind. Yes, not one person need to be left behind all of this. And everybody need to be compensated for pain and suffering and mental anguish. Yes, even the lawyers that have to go through this here need to be being compensated for mental anguish. Even me, I need compensation for mental anguish because I got to be here to interview these people and show you all what's going on. And it makes my blood boil. Yes, when I listen to a lot of these stories. And we had one lady on the other night where her husband is a veteran. You are a disabled veteran in there, and her son is in there. And my daddy called me because my daddy's a veteran, and my daddy said he don't usually get emotional by a lot of stuff, but he got very emotional about that particular episode. You all, so you all pray for our J sisters and pray for Pharaoh. Pharaoh, let my people go. For these people to be released. Now listen, don't forget to go to diamondsilkstore.com. You all go and purchase your pen, your signature pen, your Trump bling pen, your diamond and silk bobblehead memorabilia. You all go and purchase it. And remember, when you purchase it, when you make an order or purchase something, guess what? I'm going to also include the patches, the LifeWave patches, a sample. Also, it's going to be included in your package, okay? Don't forget, every day at 11:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we start what we're doing and we pray. I pray for you. You pray for me. We pray for each other. Pray for President Donald J. Trump and his family's safety. Pray for God to heal the land. So in the meantime, and in between time, I look forward to seeing you next time right here on Diamond and Silk Chit Chat Live. Bye-bye.
We just got new metrics in. Donald J. Trump is the president of the United States elect. He won't be inaugurated until January, but the word has just reached the New York Hilton. Donald J. Trump, the son of a Queens millionaire, defied all conventional wisdom and all expectations. The long-term practices of the Republican Party were stood up.
What you say, what you say, what you say now? Make America great again. Congratulations, President Donald Trump. Congratulations,
Donald Trump.
congratulations, President Donald Trump. Congratulations. You try to take his life. Not once, but twice. He stood on his feet, put his hands in the sky, and told American people to fight, 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 fight. And through all his trials and tribulations, he made it back to the White House. And it's time for a celebration. Congratulations, President Donald Trump. Congratulations.
Donald Trump.
Congratulations, President Donald Trump. Congratulations.
Donald Trump.
No taxes on overtime, Social Security and tips. No more men's and women's sports. They will be exempt. The commander-in-chief is back. More peace around the world. Build that wall and make it tall, so we can all be secure. President Donald Trump. Congratulations.
Donald Trump.
Congratulations, President Donald Trump. Congratulations.
Donald Trump.
Secure the border. Drill, baby, drill. More jobs, no inflations. And now we as Americans, we can live. Who's the man with the master plan to make America great again?
Donald Trump.
His name is President Donald Trump. Make America great again.
Donald Trump.
Make America great again.
Donald Trump.
If my sister Diamond was here tonight, America, if she was here,
Donald Trump.
Diamond and Silk will be saying something like this.
Your president, he's your president. He's the president. Trump, your president. He's your president. He's the president. Trump, your president. He's your president. He's the president. Trump, your president. He's your president. He's the president.